All right. Yet again, we're here. Will I say good evening, everybody from Nigeria? Not yet, we have no viewer now, but I believe with time, people will start pulling up. So, for you that watch this after now, I believe you're having a wonderful evening, right? So, good evening once again, and hope you're enjoying Nigeria. All right. So tonight we're still diving deep, and there's no other person that is anchoring this apart from Divine Fortune, our software engineer, and MDTH still remains the platform that is providing this. So good evening once again. And Divine Fortune, normally you know how I used to do it. I would like you to say hi to the unseen audience for now. Hope you're here.
Hello, hi, good
All
evening.
right, all right, all right. So welcome back again. So MDTH, as we said at the last meet, still remains so dedicated in bringing up newbies into tech. So you can look out for their cohorts coming up January 2026, and I'm excited to announce that. So moving further, we're talking about we're really talking about Upwork, right? Moving from beginner stage to the best of it. And yesterday I learned a whole lot from Divine Fortune. And I know today is still packed with whole lot of stuff. So Divine Fortune, I'm going to hand over to you because I won't like to take in much from your time because I know you are so much prepared for us. So you can come in now, you can have the stage, give us all you have at its best, and I am willing to even learn. Thank you.
All right, so I believe you all can hear me. And let me start by sharing my screen because it's going to be a continuation of yesterday's session the um, using the dummy accounts we created. So, okay, Upwork. Okay, cool. This time we're going to log in because we have an account. Just waiting for that to load up. Okay.
All right, while we're waiting for that, I'll still like to chip in. If you actually have any question at all, don't forget to use the Jumbotron. Like, don't forget to use the chat box to ask any question at all. And I know Fortune is so packed and would answer you properly. So that's it. You can go ahead.
All right. So I'm waiting to get logged in. Let's get logged in. Let me refresh this. Log in already. Okay, so while I am trying to log into that account, here are a few things we will be covering in this session today. So we'll be covering um, how um, Upwork works when it comes to ranking people in the search bar. So when you search for a particular role, maybe you're a client and you're searching for a particular role, there's a criteria that Upwork uses to rank people. So we'll be learning about that so that we can optimize our accounts for that reason. Also, Upwork, we will be validating our skills. We did a little bit of that yesterday, but we'll be doing more today. And we'll also go over how to send proposals or how to draft proposals that will appeal to whoever is going to hire us. Right. Then I don't know if we still have time, we can draft one of the proposals here, right here on the class. So I think my network is kind of slow again today. So let me just wait for this to show up.
All right, is that your network or you stopped talking, Divine? Can you hear me? Can you hear me
Can you still see
clearly?
my screen, please?
Yes, clearly we can see, but it's actually blank.
Hello, can you still see my
You
screen?
know, yes, clearly. I like working alongside people on the live stream. Please, if you can see her screen, please comment on the jumbotron that you can see her screen. Though.
Okay,
Comment
please
on
let
the
me.
comment section.
All right. Let me be sure they can see my screen so they don't miss out. Okay. All right. So, like we said yesterday, here are a few things that you have to do for kind of like a little recap so that we can get in the flow of what we are doing today. So, we said that we need to ensure that when we are creating our account, to create it to be optimized according to what our clients will be searching for. We also see how we can do that. I think I showed you guys what it looks like um, when a client
Hello, Divine. I'm
is
finding it
searching
difficult to
for
hear you. I can hear you
when
now.
a client
I think your network is very cranky. Can you hear me? Your network is really cranky, or is it mine? I want to confirm that it's mine. Yesterday that we're having this live section, right? I was freely working alongside people on the live stream. I can see that people are here, but I want to work with you so closely. So if you're actually hearing me
okay.
alone, you can tell me on the comment
Okay.
section. But if you can hear her, okay, I can hear you now, Divine. If you can hear her, still add up on the comment section, please. Let me be sure I'm working with people, not robots. All right, that means I'm actually the only one here because Divine is entirely out. So for yesterday, let me do a quick recap because I'm the moderator and I'm the host. I'll actually keep the ground set when she's in and when she's not in. But she's here, and I believe she have actually fixed the network issue, right? divine fortune.
Yes, yes, I'm working on that.
All right, all right.
Let me reshare my screen again so we can go over this. I just hope it runs smoothly this time. Okay, so um, let's verify this. Okay, so this is another account that I have or had previously, and we said that we are looking for UI UX designers, right? And now I want us to notice how Upwork ranks these people according to search, right? I want us to see how Upwork ranks them. Now look at um this is what we typed in the search, UI UX designer, right? Now take note of all the people here. You can see UX UI for mobile, you can see UI UX design, you can see UX UI design, you can see UX UI design here as well, UI UX design, UI UX design, UI UX design, UI UX design. Now, I still want you guys to also notice something as well. Look at the countries where these people are from, right? Look at the countries where they are from. This person is from Ukraine. Ukraine. This is United States. This is Bangladesh. This is India. This is Pakistan, Czech Republic, Pakistan, India, and it just keeps going and going and going and going like that. Now, the reason I am saying this is because many people will say, oh, they want to create an Upwork account and they want it to be a foreign account. But all of these people are in these countries, and look at how much they are charging. This person is charging $120 per hour. This person is also charging $50 per hour. This person is charging $125 per hour. This person is charging 20. This one 24. Of course, the Indians and Pakistanis they always charge very low. A $30, $12. The Czech Republic person is charging $70. I want to see what the person in United States is charging. Oh, $125. Now, all of these people have different price range and they are from different countries and they registered using their country. That's why their country is being shown there, right? So this is one thing that Upwork ranks you with. One thing they rank you with is your title, the title you put here. So this title here says expert UX UI for mobile games and apps or concept gamification Figma. Please take note of this title. The reason I'm saying we take note of this title is because when it comes to searching up people with keywords, I just typed in UI UX design, and this person's popped up because they included UI UX design in their title. So if you're a UI UX designer, you want to include UI UX design there. You don't just want to say you're a mobile app designer. You want to say you're a UI UX designer, you're a mobile app designer, you design in Figma, you solve their problems because when you're stating all of this, it's going to give whoever is your client the thought that, oh, you are the person for them, right? So all of these are things you need to bear in mind. Now, another thing Upwork ranks you with is your job success. Your job success percentage. This person has 100% job success percentage. This person has 100 as well. This person has 100. This person has 100. This person has 98% job success. This person has 77. This person has 91. This person has 100. This person has 100. This person has 100. So I believe that when we go on to the next page now, we'll notice that most of these people on the next page might not be 100%. So let's check. Okay, this person is 100%, this person is 100%, 100. Now we're having 93, 100, 91, uh, 899, 100, and so on and so forth, right? So all of these, maybe as we're going down the pagination, we will now see other people that are below 100, the 100% job success mark. Now that's one thing that Upwork ranks you with when it comes to search. Another thing they rank you with is how much you've made, right? How much you've earned on the platform. So although this is not really what most of the clients are looking out for, but it is one of the things I noticed they look out for. So if you make $10,000, they'll feel like, oh, you're someone they can trust with their money. You're someone they can trust with their skills, your skills rather, or you're someone that has earned enough for people to still come back to you when they need your services, right? So that's one of the things this time around users or people actually the clients actually look out for, but not for Upwork, right? But for Upwork, they rank you based on the title and your job success. These are within the controls of Upwork. So this person now hasn't even stated um, their how much they've earned on the platform. There's nowhere we can see it here, how much they've earned on the platform. It wasn't shown here, but we see that the person has 100% job success rate, right? This person has his own shown here. This person is only showing. This person is only showing. I'm looking for that person. Okay, this person has a 91% job success rate, and she's from Pakistan. But even at that, she's still ranking in the second page in Upwork. She's still ranking in the second page in Upwork. So all of these two things that I mentioned earlier, the first one is the job success rate and your title are the two main things that Upwork uses to rank you. They are the two main factors that Upwork uses to rank you in the search. So sometimes as well, your profile description also is used to rank you as well. Your profile description is also used to rank you. Then your testimonials, your skill sets, your past work experiences, your portfolio, all of these are also used to rank you. I'm sure that if I click on this lady's profile, her portfolio will be there. Her portfolio will be there. She will have reviews because she has had 91% job success. So she will definitely have reviews. And she also offers consultations. So it's another plus for her. So, um, mind you, let me just repeat the things that Upwork used to rank you again. The first thing is your job success. The other thing is not really the first thing. The first thing is your title, right? This person is only showing title to it. So the title, the job success rate, how much you've earned on Upwork, your profile description, then your skill set. Your skill sets now is now broken down into subgroups where you have your testimonials, your you have testimonials, your portfolio, and maybe reviews if you're not new to Upwork, right? The reviews. So all of these are what Upwork uses to rank you. Now, for you to have that edge over other people when it comes to rank, if you are a new person on Upwork, one of the things you want to bank on is your description and because you've not started any job, so you don't have a success rate, you don't have a success percentage, you don't have how much you've earned, but you can deal with your title and your description. Yesterday, we saw how to come up with a title. We also saw how to come up with a description, right? But there are other things we need to note when it comes to these two things. First of all, as designers, one of the things we are usually taught is research, right? So You don't just want to say, oh, I'm a UI UX designer and you end it there. You want to learn about what is going on in the industry. You want to learn how others in the industry have done things before so you can emulate that or even improve on them, right? I don't know if you guys do SWOT analysis or competitor analysis. All of these things actually help when you're a designer to like learn about the industry, learn about your users. You bring that skill set that you have into Upwork when you're trying to come up with your title. When you're trying to come up with your title, you bring this skill into Upwork. Now, we saw how we could do that yesterday. We scanned through some designers' profiles and we saw one that really, really stood out for us. So that lady's own was what we used to come up with our own profile, where we have, let's view our profile. So okay, so let's view our profile. Oh boy, where is it taking me to now? I don't want any of that. So yeah, your profile. That's what I asked for. I just want to bring it up so we have a side by side comparison of what we saw yesterday and what we currently have as our profile. So we said from that yesterday that we are looking up, let's use this person for instance, because I really like his title. His title here says Senior UX UI Designer, SaaS, Web3, B2B, B2C platforms, web, and mobile. Now, here is a formula that you can use when you're creating um, your own title, when you're coming up with your own title. So for your title, the first thing you want to do is to list your service. What service are you into? Right? Are you into graphic design? Are you into software engineering? Are you into UI UX design? Are you into front end engineering? That is the first thing you want to list. And we see here that this person actually listed his own here as senior UI UX designer. I don't know why he added senior, but it's to his own advantage as well, right? So, IDV judge. Okay. No problem. So for our own, we said we are UI UX designer, right? And even if you've made a mistake with your title, you can always come back to your profile and edit it. You can always come back to your profile and edit it. So this person says, or we say, according to this dummy profile, that we are UI UX designers. So that's the first thing you want to list your profession, your service. Then you can add the areas where you do this design, right? So we said we design for SaaS, we do web design, mobile app design, right? That is also good. You can also still brag about, like, just brag a little. You can brag a little about your achievements, right? You can just list what you've achieved before. So I've seen people where they say something like UI UX designer, helping businesses reach 100,000 in a year. I've seen a description like that before. So, based on their design, they help someone to get $100,000 in a year, right? I've seen something like that before, but we don't want to sound too proud to our audience. But if that's something you want to do as well, no problem, you are good to go. So you can just add a little achievement you've had or you've helped clients to achieve before. Then you can now include the platform that you are using to design. So if you're, some people say they are Framer designer, so you can add Framer there. Framer, Figma, UI, UX design, right? You can even say Webflow designer. You can say WordPress designer. You can say, what's this other one again? There are many no-code tools these days. So you can just keep going on and on and on about the places or the things you have done or the places where you design or these tools you use to design. So another thing that we'll now talk about is the job is your profile description. Your profile description. Now, here is what you want to consider when you're writing your profile description. Now, we searched for UI UX designers. I want you guys to notice something about this is a profile description here, right? Before we click on the profile. So, how many lines are you guys seeing here? Can anybody respond in the chat? How many lines of profile descriptions are we seeing? So far, how many lines are we seeing? If anyone has the answer, please drop it in the chat so I can know you following me. Anyone? Does anybody know how many lines of um, job description that's or profile description rather that we are looking at here? Um, okay, so I don't think people got. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you actually.
Okay,
Yes, I can. I can. I know that will be the confusion you're waiting for.
all
So I'll
right.
allow them answer
So
that. Anyone that has, yes.
yeah, okay. I haven't seen any replies so far, so I'll just carry on. So, according to what we are seeing here, we are seeing two lines only. We are seeing two lines of the job or the profile description, rather. I don't know why I keep saying job description, but for the profile description, we are seeing just two lines. Two lines of the profile description. Now, these two lines are what Upwork is just showing you when you're using a desktop. And when you're using a mobile phone, it is still the same two lines, right? So imagine your client is using their mobile phone, and in your first two lines, they don't get a sense of what you're trying to communicate with them. They will definitely scroll forward and leave your profile. They will not even look at your profile in the first instance because you're not communicating to them what you actually do or the products you're trying to sell to them or even the services you're trying to sell to them. So this is something you want to consider. You're currently here looking at two lines of text. If we click on view profile of this particular person, then we can now see more information about their job, their profile um, description. So when we click on more, we can see everything he has said about himself, what he does, what he can help you do. Oh, he even added keywords here. So look at this. This person added keywords. UI UX design, UI UX design, UI UX design. He was just repeating this over and over and over again. So once you search, he comes up at the first. So this, I'm not saying you go do this. I'm not saying where it worked, but every other thing that he included here were keywords that we ensure that when anybody is looking for him in that niche of UI UX design, he gets to pop up as well. Right? He gets to pop up as well. Now look at his first two lines. His first two lines says top 1% UI UX designer on Upwork, top rated freelancer, 100% job success, 5-star reviews, available to start today, based in Berlin, and then the CET, that's his time zone. So it says, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but I think this is Laya, is not like liar like when someone is lying anyways, but liar is a great guy to work with. He delivered on time and went above and beyond what was promised. I'm sure we'll work together again in the future. So this is like a review that someone dropped for him, but I don't know why he included it there. Maybe to boost credibility for what he has done so far. And then press the invite button, invite to the job, or send a message, and I'll quickly get back to you with tailored UI UX insights to level up your project, blah blah blah, with over 6 years of experience. and all the yada. He was talking about his process, his expertise, the tools he uses, the AI tools he also uses, what he specializes in. So when a client is searching, they are not going to see all of this in the first instance. What they will first see are these two lines. These two lines here. I believe that's what we're seeing here, right? Okay, his own also captured the star rating, and he delivered above and beyond for him, right? So what of you that doesn't have uh, the 100% job success rate? You don't have the top UI UX design on Upwork and all of that. How can you be able to tailor your own profile description in a way that when someone looks at it, they immediately know what they are in for. They immediately know, sorry, they immediately know that you you know what you're doing, right? So the first thing you want to do is, like I always say, come here to Upwork and look at what others have done. Now, this guy is talking about being a top 1%. That is not what we are not top 1% yet. So here, this guy says he's 100% job success rate. He's rated 100% job success. Then he says, looking for UX UI experts who delivers clean, fast, and high converting design. Let's talk. I help startups and scale ups design clean, smart, and scalable interface that users love. Whether you need a full UI UX design, redesign, product visuals, or ongoing. So, with the way he has stated this, his first two lines, you will be moved to come here and click on his profile to learn more about him. So this looks catchy. So you want your first two lines to be catchy. You want it to draw the attention of whoever is going to read it. You want it to ensure that if someone scrolls, they say, oh, they have that stopping factor. They have that, they have to stop and actually look at what you're talking about and then decide to go ahead with you, right? This other person says, I'm a top rated plus UI UX designer with over 5 years of experience creating human centered products, blah, blah, blah. I specialize in Figma. I don't really like this one, to be honest. This one says top rated. Okay, look at this now. Look at this person's profile. He's a top rated WordPress, Webflow, Shopify developer, and UI UX design expert. Now, to start with, we searched for UI UX design, and because he included UI UX design in his title and then in his job or his profile description, he was able to pop up on our list as well, right? So I want you guys to notice what has been going on with
Wait,
all of
wait.
these people. What?
Hello,
Hi,
Divine
I can hear
Fortune. Can you
you.
hear me?
Yes, please.
Someone said he can not hear you. So,
Okay, let them
all
confirm
right.
now that they can
Sophia
hear
V,
me.
she said she. I don't know. Please confirm on the jumbotron that you can hear her or on the chat section. She actually answered that question earlier. That's two
Oh,
K lines. Actually, she's. Yeah. I pinned it up here too.
okay.
But now she's saying she can't hear you. But I've been hearing you all this while. I think you're
Okay,
muted.
I'm
No,
not
she's not
muted.
muted. I can
I'm
hear
not
her.
muted. I cannot.
Can you even hear me? Sophia, can you
Yes,
hear
I
me?
can.
No, no, you divine fortune. The person writing. Can
Okay.
you hear me at least? Confirm you can hear me. Well, I think her volume is down then. So, divine fortune, you can continue saying this is a recorded section.
Okay, they
Someone
can always
else
come back
couldn't.
to it. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I want you guys to also notice what each and every one of these people have been saying concerning their job experience, concerning their experience in the industry. This person here says he didn't actually mention in his first two lines, but he gave proof that he's like top 1%. So definitely he's had a lot of experiences. He's top rated. Then this person says Okay, they didn't include that. But this person says they have over 5 years of experience. This person says they have 8 years of experience. This person says they have 4 years of experience, 12 years of experience, um, 5 years of experience. Um, which other one? Okay. Um, what else? 10 years of experience, 13 years of experience. Now, all of these things they are mentioning, whether it is their years of experience, they are top one, whether they're top 1% on Upwork, whether they're top rated, whether they have a 100% job success, whether they have a sterling 5-star review, whether they have reviews from other people saying that they are great to work with, whether they have expertise in multiple skill sets. They made sure to include all of that in the first two lines of their profile description. They made sure to include all of that in the first two lines of their profile description. So if you have 10 years of experience as a designer, if you are the top 1% in the industry, please ensure to add that, all of that. That would ensure that when someone who is a client is looking at this and they see that you are in that competitive space whereby you are ranking high as well as others are ranking high, they will be able to go further with you. So these are the two things that you have to take note of. First of all, we talked about our title, now our profile description. So these two things will help you to rank better in on Upwork. Another thing that would help you to rank better on Upwork right, through rate. Now, what is a click-through rate? It's something that's related to SEOs. So if I had clicked on this guy's profile, for instance, I've clicked on his profile, I even clicked on more, I read through this whole gibberish he wrote here. I saw all of his completed jobs, in progress jobs, right? All of this, the jobs he's handling and the jobs he has completed. I saw his portfolio, things he has designed before. I looked at his project catalog. I saw everything about him. I have automatically increased his ranking because I have clicked on his profile, right? So that's what click through rates is all about. It's just like you clicking on someone's profile, and um, the more people click on it, the more it ranks higher. Meaning, oh, there was something that actually drew people to your profile. So it's not something you can control. You're not the one controlling the client on how they are clicking on your profile, but you have a part to play if you're someone who ensured that their title was good, their profile description was good, and you're also included in the you also included skill tags. This all of these skill tags, like yesterday we said, we have the opportunity to include 15 of them. So if all of these are set, definitely somebody is going to click on your profile, and then your click-through rate is going to increase, right? So it's not like you're controlling it, but it's something that you can influence. You can influence that by adding all of these things in your profile. So, does anyone have any questions so far? And I hope I can hear her leave. Okay. Does anyone have any
Yeah, I
questions?
can hear you actually.
Okay.
No one so far, and I think as I told Sophie to leave and join back, she actually left and she's not back. So this is a recorded section, and
All
it will
right.
still be
So let me
saved after
just
now.
let me just continue. Now, we're going to talk
All right.
about um there's something else we can also do for our job, our profile description rather. So when we come to our profile description, this is the first two lines. We've told them everything they need to know about us concerning how we are rated, concerning what we can how we can deliver. Another thing you want to include is how you can solve their problems. How you can solve their problems. This is one thing you want to do. You want to emphasize on their pain points over and over and over again, right? So let me show you what I mean by that. So this is my profile, right? Now let's go to find work. Let's go to find work. Now, this person says, update small UI UX elements of my website banner area, and they are willing to pay $10. Uh, no problem. Let's search for something else because that's not something a lot of people want to do, but it is a good way to start, anyways. UX designer needed for plumber website design in Figma, and every hour they pay you $5. 10 to 15 people have already sent proposals. Nice. So let's look at this job description now, for instance. This is now a job description by a client. A client has put out this job description and said, okay, oh, I want a UI UX designer that can help me design my plumber websites in Figma. So this is this is it. Let's click on it. Let's open it and see. Now, this is a summary of that project. They said, we are seeking a talented UX designer to create a visually appealing and user-friendly website for a plumbing business in the UK. The project requires proficiency in Figma and strong understanding of UX principles to ensure an excellent user experience. The ideal candidate will be responsible for wireframing, prototyping, and designing the website layout while incorporating best practices in usability and accessibility. If you have a portfolio showcasing similar work, we would love to see it. Now, this is straight to the point what they want. They are looking for a solution to their problem. And what is their problem in this case? They need a visually appealing and user friendly website for their plumbing business in the UK. For their plumbing business in the UK, they need someone who can design, someone who is talented. They need that person now. Look at this place. This person says they need that person to be proficient in Figma, and they also need that person to have a strong understanding of UX principles to ensure excellent user experience. Now, why are we reading all of this? This will help us to draft our profile title efficiently. So we are not just going there to tell people that we are UI UX designers. After telling them that you are top 1% rated, you're this, you're that, and all of the extras you want to add, how would you now write the remaining profile in a way that when that person who is your client looks at it, they know that, oh, you're the right fit for them. So what you will do is you come here to your account, you look at what people are talking about in or what people are seeking in that profession of yours. Are they seeking someone who wants to prototype alone? Are they seeking someone who wants to just do the wireframe alone? Make sure to gather all of that information and put it in your profile description. Make sure to gather all of that information and put it in your profile description. Now, in your profile description, now you're going to have that you create visually appealing and user-friendly websites. You've created for plumbing business. It doesn't have to be plumbing business in this instance, right? But I'm just using that for example. You've created for plumbing business. You've created for window cleaners. You've created for architects. You've created for real estate. All of this, just put it there that these are the category of people, maybe artisans, every other type of person you've created a website or you've designed a website for. You can also go ahead and say, oh, you have a strong proficiency in Figma and you have a strong understanding of UX principles so that the design and the website has an excellent user experience. So at this point, you're mirroring what these people are looking for. And when they read your profile description and see that, oh, you are actually someone who is mirroring, they don't even know you're mirroring it, right? But because they've seen it and they've seen that this is what I put out, oh, this is a person that can do this job for me, because what they said is mirroring what I need, you have the high chance of being employed for that or being taken in for that job. So this is one way you can help to improve your what's it called, your profile description. Also, we are now going to include in that place the statistics. So statistics could include that um, you've designed 20 websites for window cleaners. They designed 20 websites that were successful. Like they made the owners of those websites, they made them like over 100K in a month, $100K in a month. You designed the websites for these people, and you can just go ahead to list all of those things, and then you include a call to action. Remember these guys that we're looking at, right? He included a lot of call to action. This is what he said here, even in the first line. In the first line, he says is available to start, and he said, press invite to the job or send a message. He has automatically told them to take an action. Don't just read all of these things, just hire me, send me a message. Let's talk about this. Let's start this project. Let's get this project started. Let's do this. Let's do that. Right? All of these things are the things that you have to include in your profile description. In your profile description. So now we are going to be talking about how to write a proposal. Now, your proposal, some people say after it's just like a cover letter, but your proposal is not the same thing as a cover letter. Your proposal is a marketing tool to start with. So if you don't know anything about marketing, you might want to read about the psychology of marketing, right? And a bit of that includes that you have to talk about the person's pain point and address the solution to that pain point. Everything marketing does is about them addressing the solution to a problem that their users, customers, or clients are facing. So let's say, for instance, the person's profile we saw earlier, the person's this person, it says they are looking for someone who is proficient in Figma. One of their problems is that they've not found someone who is proficient in Figma. Another problem is that uh, they don't know how to use Figma to design, else they would have done it. So they are looking for someone who knows how to use Figma, who knows or has a strong understanding of UX principles, right? And someone who has done this before. So if these are their problems, for instance, when you're writing your proposal, you want to bank on all of these problems to create your proposal. Now, it's not difficult. It's just like, I want you guys to think of it as maybe you have a child, right? And the child asks you for candy in the morning. You're like, okay, one candy cannot cause so much trouble, right? You give the child the candy, they go off, they're happy. And after having that candy, they come back again in 2 hours and tell you that they want more candy. You brush it off and say, oh, no problem. You hand them another candy, right? And the third time they come again and say, you want candy, I want candy, mommy, I want candy. And then they start throwing tantrums. At that point, you become creative. You start telling the child, oh, candy is not good for you because it's going to give you stomach ache, it's going to cause you toothache, it's going to do this. You start listing all of those things they don't want, right? At that point, you are selling the idea of candy is not good to those children. When you're selling that idea to those children and you're telling them that, oh, you don't want them to get sick or this, they start seeing reasons with you. Okay, I will not take candy again. I don't want my teeth to be bad. I don't want my teeth to look like that woman's own that you showed me that has fallen off entirely. So I will not take candy again. You have sold to that child, you have influenced that child, you have convinced that child that candy is bad for their teeth and bad for their health. So these are the things you want. This is what marketing does. Marketing is selling solutions to the problems that people have. So you have to be able to come up with convincing statements to be able to sell any of these things, any of these products, any of these solutions to whoever your users, your clients, or your customers are. So that is what you want to bear in mind when you're creating your proposal. So here are some golden rules for you when you want to start creating your proposal. One of them is, as far off as possible it is for you, please start your proposal using the person's first name. As it concerns you, please make sure to create that personal connection with that person by calling their first name. Some of these people, their names are usually included in, you will not see their name outrightly here, right? So you can just scroll down to see their history, right? Sometimes some free, they include their names in like the freelancers that they worked with before. They just tell them like a thank you message, because freelancers receive reviews and the clients also receive reviews from the freelancers. So they are definitely going to, if they are wise enough, they include their names there to like appreciate that person, right? So this is one here. And this is one he received. He said, I had a great experience working with, look at the person's name, Jaspinder. He explains things clearly and has excellent communication skills. His cooperative nature made the entire process smooth and efficient. I highly recommend working with him. Now, to the freelancer's name is Sabir H. Now, this is the review he dropped to Sabia. So definitely this is the person's first name, even though it was not revealed, even though it wasn't revealed here, right? So you can, when you want to write your proposal, you can say something like, hello, Jasper, right? Or Jaspinda. I don't know what name is that anyways. I don't know what name that is. So make sure to use their first name, because it will just make that person feel like, oh, this person has actually looked into me. This person actually wanted to know more about me, know more about my business. And if it is possible, try and research that business. Should they include it? Sometimes they include that, oh, this is a redesign. So this is our previous design. So look at it and tell us what to do, stuff like that. Research the business so that you can come up with solutions for them. Remember the marketing mindset you have is to sell the solution. So when you've gone over their page, you can even look them up on Google, right? If they have their full name, then you can look them up on Google. Look at what they are doing, come up with solutions, research them. Then you can come up with solutions that you want to include in your proposal. So I think I've like given you guys two golden rules here. Another golden rule is to keep your proposal as short and as simple as possible. Keep it short and simple as possible. Nobody is going to be reading 200 pages or 200 million words that you write because you're trying to prove to them that you are the proficient one. Nobody does all of that. A few simple sentences will go a long way to communicate whatever they need. A few simple sentences. And I'm not saying that you should leave it off as very scanty, but you want to keep it simple, you want to keep it short, right? But you don't want to leave it scanty. So that's another golden rule for you. And that golden rule is that you want to hit them with authority and social proof. You want to hit them with authority and social proof. So if you're a designer, for instance, your social proof is your portfolio. Make sure you have a portfolio. Please ensure you have a portfolio. You have a section on your um you have a section here in your profile that asks you to include a portfolio. So let's go to the profile. Okay, we are going to be asked to verify again. So you'll be asked to include your portfolio. And because you are creating something related to visuals, you don't want a situation whereby they now start looking for these references and they don't find it, right? So please ensure that you have a social proof. So those social proofs now, you can now get those links and include them in your proposal. You can say, this is what I have done for someone in the past, and then you put the link there. Remember that this person says, if you have a portfolio, please show it as well. So if you don't have a portfolio and you're applying for this job, automatically you're not getting it because you don't have any social proof, right? So that's another golden rule for you with when it comes to writing your um when it comes to writing your proposal. Another thing you want to include is to offer them a clear call to action, which should be to book a call with you, or they should send you a message. And that's where you now ask your questions. The reason why I said ask your questions here is because some people will go and include questions. They'll be like, okay, here are a few questions for you. Do you want us to start now? Do you want me to create 5 pages? It's not your proposal you're going to be asking those questions, right? You're going to be asking those questions when this person has booked a call with you and is now trying to hold a conversation with you on how to go further with this project. But before they can go further with you, they need to book a call with you. So you have to include that call to action in your proposal. After you have addressed their problems, you include social proofs, then you go ahead to do what? To put a call to action in the proposal, right? So, um, whether you are a graphic designer, whether you're a UI UX designer, once you're dealing with visuals, please um always include a portfolio, always include social proof. It could be links to your previous work that you've done for a client before. It could be links, right? You can include them there to ensure that you give them social proof. Another thing you want to do is to add a PS statement, because your users basically, or the clients, they scan your proposals. They don't read all of them. That's the honest truth. And if you're a designer, you should know this, that no matter how many millions of text you write on a website or on an app that you're designing, users do not read. People do not read. People scan, right? People do not read, they scan. So when they scan, they are scanning for bullet points. They are scanning for something that is new. They are scanning for links. They are scanning for numbered links or numbered lists, right? So when you add something like a PS statement at the bottom of your proposal, maybe they've looked at the top, they've looked at the middle. Now the next thing they're looking at is the bottom of your proposal. And the last statement you now included there was um, maybe something like PS, if you book a call with me, I deliver fast, something like that. So something like that will now give them the opportunity to work with you. It's boosting your opportunities in this case. You're not just leaving them hanging. You're not just leaving them to say something like, I don't really know whether. You're not giving them the room to doubt, right? You're not giving them to the room to doubt. The PS statement can be, I want to work with you. These are the reasons why I'm excited to work with you. And this is the example of the things I have done in the past that are similar to your own job description. The example we showed earlier said something like, he said something where he said, if you have a portfolio, please include it. So when you're not saying something in your PS statement like, these are examples of jobs that I have done before that are similar to yours, automatically they'll be like, oh yeah, this person is actually paying attention to details when I said I want someone who has done something like this in the past, right? So all of these things are things you should put into consideration when you are creating your proposals. So proposals will differ. It is not a one size fits all. It's not the same proposal you use for one client you use for another client. However, these golden rules that I just stated, they are like guides to how you can come up with these proposals, how you can continue with them or the users, and how you can be able to send the one that will actually capture and captivate whoever is your client, right? So At this juncture, this is where we'll be ending this session. Hopefully, if anyone has any questions, they can leave them in the comments and we can go over them.
All right, we can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you. So I was like, this is where we're ending. We've
Um,
seen everything, we've talked about everything we want to talk about. So if anyone has any question, they can go ahead to state that and we'll look at it in the comments.
all right, all right, all right, all right. I believe so far so good. We have viewers before now, but we're losing count of viewers. But majorly, the major aim is for people. Oh, Sophia is back. All right, Sophie, welcome back. So you came back when we are done, but I believe you can hear us, right? And in case if you missed any, you can follow back the meet. You'll get everything because it's well detailed. And for me, I actually have a question though, and I'm going to ask because I'm learning too. So my part is, when submitting um, a proposal, right?
Yeah.
There is a section that says I don't know, the name skipped my head just now that I wanted to ask a question. There's a
There's a
section
what?
that
Sorry,
says it's
can
not the
you say
same.
that again?
There is a section. I said the name, the actual name skipped my mind, but I know you will remember it once I say something about the section. The section covers something. It's not a CV section, right? It's a section where you like have to impute some as in reasons why you need the job, because I see job descriptions that gives that, right, states why you
Okay.
actually why you best fit for this job. That's one. And most times some jobs will require you to write up a proposal, right? So while writing
Okay.
this proposal, most times when we're on job search, we don't just like when one job search, I just like apply on this, apply to this, apply to this, apply to this, apply to this. Most times I use a proposal that will suit for all. So what you're trying to tell me now is actually wrong. I have to narrow down my like I have to look down properly to actually read the meanings to all of them to actually drop a proposal. I don't know whether it's a proposal that is being correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Let me get that.
So if I got your question correctly, because your line is actually breaking on my end, I'm not sure if it's the same for every other person. So if I actually got it
All right.
correctly, you're asking if when you're writing a proposal, you should include their personal name, right?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
I'm
Can you repeat your
saying
yeah?
we can actually hope I can actually use a dummy proposal to cover up for job search. When I'm searching actually for job, I don't just do for one. I do repeatedly. Just when I put
Okay.
up 100 connects, right? And
Yeah.
I look out for jobs that is being posted in an hour or in 2 hours, I want to actually be the first, right? So I put up, will I say, a proposal that will cover for the job search that I'm going to do all throughout that section of searching for jobs. And when I'm doing that in that specific time frame that I'm applying. So what you're saying is for each job, I should actually look down to write a particular proposal for that particular job if I actually want to get up jobs, because from the way I've been doing it, I've not been able to grab out one, right?
Okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Now, if you listen to what I said before, I said that a proposal is not a one size fits all. A proposal is not a one size fits all. Reason is because each and every client you meet has a different need. The clients we saw earlier, their need was that they need a plumbing, they need a website for their plumbing business in the UK. If you search for if you search for websites in the UK, you'll notice that their designs are different from what we create here in Nigeria, right? Hello,
Yes, 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 yes,
good. So
yes. I can hear you. Yes.
you notice that they are different, right? And then when it comes to the UK markets, how they see things, how they perceive things is also different. That's why they're looking for someone who has done it before for someone in the UK. So when you're framing your proposal, you're not framing it as someone who designed for someone in China. There's a huge difference. You're going to say, oh, I have done this for someone in the UK before. Here is an example of what I
Yeah.
have done. Here's a link, right? So even if you have a template you're using, you have to frame that template of that proposal in a way that will suit whoever or whatever client you're sending it to. You're not sending it to one individual, you're sending it to multiple individuals with different problems, different uh criterias, different ideologies, different countries. You're sending it to people worldwide. Everybody is not the same. This the way you design for someone in Japan, Korea, um, China is not the same way you design for someone in the UK, the US, even in Ukraine. They are different. So you're going to tailor that person's needs. You're going to tailor your portfolio, your proposal rather, according to that person's need. And that person's need is for someone who has done it before for someone in the UK, for someone who has done it before, so for someone who has a plumbing website, a plumbing what's it called, a plumbing business, and for someone who is looking for you, if you are proficient in Figma. So it's don't fit in that. That is why you have to frame it, even though you have a general template. Let's say you have a template that, oh, my name is this is what I've done before, this is how I do my job, please hire me, kiniko, this and that and that. This person now says, I want someone who is proficient in Figma. That's when you now shine out. You now say, oh, I'm also proficient in Figma. The person also said, I want someone who has done this for someone in the UK before. You say, yes, I have done this for someone in the UK before, blah, blah, blah. This is the link to their website I have done before. So you're just tailoring it to that particular person. It's not a one size fits all. That's the mistake many people will make. You will not just be sending one portfolio, one proposal statement to 20 people who have 20 different needs, and you're using one type. That would be very wrong, right? So, yeah.
Yes. 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 I understand. I actually heard you when you said,
Okay.
but it's okay. So it's all good. Sophia, you've been actually following right from the onset. Do you have any question at all? This is the end of this section, and I know that if you are actually going to go through these two sections, I believe you will bag up jobs in Upwork. So, Sophia, for following us right from the beginning, do you have any question at all? Let's not make it too long. Are you here? All right, she's out and she's back again.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it's all good. Divine Fortune, I really appreciate for this section. Uh, I'm so much honored, just like I said yesterday, to be in this section. And I know that I've learned. And I'm actually going to be at least bagging up job instead of through referrals because apparently my jobs in tech have been through referrals, many referrals. I've actually not bagged the
Mm,
job by applying. Yes. So it's a testimony from my end, but I actually want to break the siege by like packaging myself, something like that.
okay.
Packaging myself and knowing fully whether I hustled out for the job so that I'll actually stick to it. Not saying that the ones that I get through referrals, I don't stick to it, but I believe you get my point, right? So
Yes.
that's just, yes, I so much appreciate for this section. And I think the testimony will be on your DM or on the comment section. So, yeah, thank you once again. Sophia, for the last time, do you have any question at all? Sophie, is she the one there or anyone there? Do you have question at all for this section? All right, I think the person is out. So thank you once again, and this marks the end of this section. And once again, we have Divine Favor, who has been our tutor right from yesterday and today, and I really appreciate. And the platform giving us this is MDTH, making a difference take home. So, Sophia, do you have any sign out words to tell your viewers or anything at all you would like to drop for us? Something like words of encouragement or anything of such? We so much appreciate to hear from you.
You're asking if I have any, or are you asking Sophie?
Yes, if you have any, sorry, not Sophie, Divine Fortune, sorry. Do you have any words
Okay.
of encouragement at all or anything you have to drop for us to hold on to? Because this is the end of this section, right?
I really do not have much to say other than you have to treat freelancing the same way. You have to see it from a marketer's point of view because it's like a business. So you're selling solutions. So you have to have that marketing mindset. Maybe go and learn how marketing works, why marketing works the way it does, and see what you can do or how you can implement that into your freelancing career in the future. So that's all I can say, to be very honest. Once you start treating it as if you're a marketer, you're advertising your services, and you're trying to get customers to buy your product or services, it becomes way more easier for you.
All right. So thank you again, and thank you for the section. So this will be the end of this section, and God bless you all for listening. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Bye bye.
Yes.